heard about it, you've read about it, and for the next half hour, you're going to witness as close to disc golf paradise as we have in the sport. We're here in the shadow of Mount Hood, Oregon at the pastoral Milo McIver State Park. It's the 2013 Beaver State Fling, coming up next on Disc Golf Planet TV. Welcome to the Beach Sports Network. I'm Crazy John Brooks for Disc Golf Planet TV. The Beaver State Fling here in Oregon has long epitomized how the PDGA National Tour Elite Series, presented by Vibram, should be run. Our top disc golfers have been battling it out since early March for supremacy on the National Tour, and they will have one last chance to position themselves here in Oregon before the culminating NT Championship event in Massachusetts in late August. For more on our current standings on the PDGA National Tour, let's check in with Rebecca Duffy. Rebecca, let's start with our women's field, where Paige Pierce's final 9 falter in Kansas City left the door wide open for our defending PDGA Player of the Year, Katrina Ulibarri, to take the slimmest of leads in the NT point standings.
Thanks, and it's great to be back at the Fling. Yes, Paige Pierce was on cruise control in Kansas City until the final 9 jitters perhaps led to some critical mistakes. Katrina Ulibarri, being the great pro she is, did not miss the opportunity to take advantage of it. Not only did Ulibarri end up winning the wide open on the first hole of sudden death, but in doing so, she also slipped ahead of Pierce in the Elite Series standings. Neither one of these women should relax just yet, because 2012 world champion Sarah Hokum is only 10 points off the pace and very much within striking distance of adding the points title to her resume.
Well, the women are not the only ones battling it out on the National Tour. Our men's open leader, Paul McBeth, has been challenged at every stop this season as well.
Paul is in the lead now, but our usual suspects and the top 2 ranked players, Ricky Wysocki and Will Schustreak, are fighting for their piece of that $10,000 purse.
And of course, let's not forget the great talents of players like Jeremy Coling, Nate Doss, Nico LaCastro, and Garrett Gerthy, all who are capable of big things on any given weekend. Rebecca, can you tell us a little bit about the courses?
The world-class Milo McIver courses will force our top disc golfers to play a style that they are not normally accustomed to. Though there are beautifully manicured fairways, the position of the targets and tees are very much protected by this renowned Oregon forest. You are going to see these players use every throw in their bag, especially rollers, here at the Beaver State Fling. It should make for an exciting and hard-fought competition.
Thanks, Rebecca. Well, the stage is set here in Oregon for this year's Beaver State Fling. We'll be right back with all the action on Disc Golf Planet right after these messages.
You're watching the Beaver State Fling on Beach Sports Network.
From the air, it's majestic. From the tee pad, it's intimidating. But when the disc finally smashes the chains, it's a celebration.
The bomb on the par 5.
It's the 2013 United States Disc Golf Championship in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Come and celebrate October 2nd through 5th at Winthrop University. Welcome back to the stunning Northwest. The temperatures here at the Beaver State Fling aren't the only thing on the rise. Both our men's and women's open divisions got off to a blazing start here on the banks of the Clackamas River. Tied for the world's top disc golf ranking, Valerie Jenkins has recently taken up residence in Oregon and will go for her third Beaver State Fling title this year.
I've been playing this tournament since it was first created. I know where I want to be and where I want to lay on my disc each shot, and it's just all about executing it at that time.
The latest Swedish sensation, Ragna Bigden, follows a long legacy of talent from the Scandinavian nation. Her play on the course demonstrates that disc golf skills continue to expand throughout the entire globe.
I think this course is just about not messing up, really. Take your pars and let the birdies kind of fall in.
Clearly, the Milo McIver courses play into Des Redding's talents and some of the more traditional discs that she still carries in her bag.
I throw a lot of different drivers and mid-ranges. I'm a kind of a thin rim player, still throw Roadrunners and Stingrays, and that's just a different style than the new players out there with the thick rim. So I really try to stay focused on my own skill set.
Paige Pierce has been an enigma all season, sometimes seeming invincible and sometimes playing well below her own expectations. You'll see which rendition of Pierce's game shows up here in Oregon.
This past month or two, I've been coming up just short, losing by one, losing in a playoff. So I really just had to focus on every shot and just realize that you never know until the last shot.
Though she doesn't start her touring season until after the school year, it doesn't take long for 2010 world champ Sarah Cunningham to put her great skills to work and move up leaderboards throughout the national tour.
I didn't really have any blow-up holes. Definitely had a few bogeys out there, but nothing horrific. So just to stay consistent is my goal.
With the world-class skills that he does have, the only thing keeping Philo Brathwaite from finding his way to more NT titles is consistency.
You have to have a little bit of everything, have a good sidearm for some good up shots, be able to throw your putters in your mid-range and control those long drives, really keep them in the fairway, keep them in the short grass. That's the name of the game out here, is stay in the short stuff.
After storming the disc golf scene with incredible success a few years ago, the still young LeCastro is trying to once again find lightning in a bottle to recapture some of his earlier form.
If you're dedicated enough, you'll go the extra mile and you'll do the extra things it takes to be a champion. And these days, a lot of people are stepping it up and the talent level is there.
David Fehlberg has been quietly putting a stellar year together, earning him the #4 world ranking. Keep an eye out for him. The Beaver State Fling is one of his favorite events. Beyond his 3 world championships and still dangerous game, Nate Doss has expanded his influence on disc golf as one of the great sportsmen on the national tour.
This is an interesting course because it is kind of a thinking man's course. The courses are kind of designed with, some par 3s in the beginning. It gets kind of difficult in the middle and you really have to finish strong.
Ricky Wysocki returns to the NT here in Oregon after recovering from a serious ankle sprain just a few weeks ago at the Kansas City Wide Open.
I'm sure it'll be a battle like most of the other NTs, but I just got to do what I do and hopefully be in contention.
Steering away from any flash on the course, Will Schusterick's blue-collar approach to disc golf has led to great success throughout this young career. We'll see if it works here at this weekend's Fling.
Everybody in the top 10 has a chance to win this weekend. I don't think there's been a repeat winner ever at this tournament. I could be wrong, but I remember last year's Cale and the year before that it was Paul Macbeth. So anybody could come out here and do well. With Nike, Keen, Columbia, and many other sports powerhouses calling Portland home, you would
would expect this region of the nation to be sports crazy. Well, that's exactly what we found when the Planet had a chance to visit with Oregon's top sports promoter.
The most difficult thing we have to do is to identify which is our favorite sport. We really pride ourselves in being a place of people that understand sports and appreciate sports. Disc golf really can make a great niche in Oregon. In fact, it already has. We have more than our share of very good disc golf courses. It's a sport that we have seen grown in this state beyond our imagination, and we welcome in these kind of events to help it grow.
The top of the women's open division here at the Beaver State Fling consists of a who's who of world champions, with our top 6 players all owning disc golf world titles. Sarah Cunningham's steady as she goes approach has her 3 throws up on Paige Pierce. But with crunch time now at hand, Ulibarri, Holcomb, Jenkins, and Redding are also within striking distance. Let's go out to the action now to follow this world-class talent. Except for a brief moment after the first round when she had to share the lead, Sarah Cunningham has held strong to that top spot in the women's open division. We'll see if Cunningham can indeed wire the field using her right down the middle drives to close the deal with a successful round. Or whether the aggressive stylings of Paige Pierce and Sarah Holcomb will help them conquer the Milo McIver circuit. Katrina Ulibarri has the best of both worlds, as her incredible distance from the tee gives way to a deft touch on the fairway as well as around the basket. This hybrid approach has helped Ulibarri stay within striking distance of Cunningham on the lead card. Will power be the premium, or will finesse find its way to the top? We'll be right back to find out which strategy prevails at the mighty Milo course after this short break.
I'm Val Jenkins, and you're watching the 2013 Beaver State Fling.
I've played over 500 disc golf courses in 11 countries.
I'm a 3-time world champion.
I've played disc golf since I could walk.
I carry the best equipment in the world.
I carry
a grip bag.
You're watching the Beach Sports Network. For more information, find us on Facebook and Twitter.
The top 20 men's and women's pro beach volleyball players are coming to a town near you. To see when you can have a day at the beach with us, go to evptour.com. And don't forget to like us on Facebook.
We're back. Let's return to the action in our women's final. This first hole will be a great glimpse into the contrasting styles of these women, as hole number 1 here on the West course is more about positioning than power. Here's our leader finding some resistance up that right side. Pierce, too, has her troubles keeping it clean. Holcomb now. And Katrina with her patented follow-through. Our women's lead card is now on the course. Here you can see how positioning is so vital on this newly designed hole number 1 as the women all lay up on the same side of the divided fairway to prep for their third throws to the green. Here's where that aggressive style of Pierce plays a little bit against her as she leaves herself a tough putt for par. Holcomb and Ulibarri miss their putts. So with that make, Cunningham picks up one more throw to cushion her lead. Here, Pierce uses this bomb to make up ground on Cunningham. A putt by Cunningham here in essentially mistake-free play for the entire round kept her at arm's length from the chase group. As if to give it one last gas, Paige Pierce's incredible drive on this redesigned and stunningly beautiful hole 15 helped her pull one more throw closer, but that's where the rally ended. And this final putt by Sarah Cunningham will give her the 2013 Beaver State Fling title.
I was able to stay clean most of the time, had a few mishaps, but really, managed the course pretty well. Paige, of course, had some great bomb shots. She had some great birdies, really impressive. She deuced 15 towards the end there. That was a huge shot. And she's taken the much tighter fairway where I'm playing the down low shot that's wide open. But with that came a few bogeys for her, so worked out for me in the end.
We all know that disc golfers are passionate about this great game, but the Planet discovered that many top performers take their passion off the course to spread the good word about disc golf far and wide. We caught up with multiple world champion Des Redding to find out what drives her to live the disc golf life both on and off the course.
The EDGE, the Educational Disc Golf Experience, is a nonprofit group, and we bring a 3rd through 12th grade curriculum into schools. And currently that is just going off the hook because it's reaching students that don't have that skill level to maybe play team sports. And so it's this whole nother group of kids that are going to be able to be healthy. And really, when I started playing disc golf, those were my big platforms. Being a world champion was a benefit of enjoying outside, being able to have a healthy lifestyle, and saving green space for our community. And that's really what the educational program's about.
It's a homecoming of sorts for David Feldberg, whose resurgence here in Oregon has him just 2 throws off Will Schusterig's late push to the top. And though Schusterig's quiet demeanor off the course contradicts the noise his game makes on it, our leader will have to crank up the volume on Nate Doss as well, who has found a similar rhythm that led him to numerous championships around the globe. Ricky Wysocki overcame some early mishaps to attain the last slot onto the lead card, and should never be overlooked when it comes to Championship Sunday. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set and you have the perfect seat. And now let's go out to our men's final. After leading the first 2 rounds, David Feldberg now finds himself trailing Will Schusterig by 2 throws going into this final round at the Beaver State Fling.
I feel pretty good. Happy to be in position. Like people have been talking about, I'm the old guy now. It seems like these kids are half my age. So if I can get to a sudden death playoff and it comes down to it, I think I'll, have the edge.
Both Feldberg and Nate Doss seem to have found the fountain of youth, as the recent Oregon implant Doss's 12 under par 49 at round 3 has put him to within just a few throws of the lead.
Good luck, Dave.
Good luck, man.
Good luck, man. Yeah. You got to go out and shoot the best you can. We got 4 great players in the lead group. Sometimes you just get beat. Sometimes the other players just play that much better than you. So just trying to play as best as I can.
I feel like it's mine to win. In the lead by 2, hopefully I can keep it strong going through the entire round and keep shots nice and easy and keep the pressure off.
Ricky Wysocki hit a speed bump in the 3rd round, but it was not enough to drop him out of the lead card.
I try not to worry about what anyone else is doing, just play my game and try and shoot a good round today and see if that'll put me in contention.
Here's Schusterig first off the tee. And now Feldberg will try to match suit. Throwing 3rd, Nathan Doss. And now Ricky Wysocki teeing 4th. And we're underway here, our men's final. The foursome making their way onto the first fairway. Players must have been feeling the heat from both the weather as well as the competition, as there was an abundance of errant drives and missed putts by all the finalists throughout the round. The question would be, who could hold it together long enough to minimize the mistakes and keep from dropping back into the rest of the field? Early on in the final round, Dawson Feldberg were the two steadiest players, and while jockeying back and forth for that second place slot, eventually they found themselves within just one throw of Schustrick's lead. Wysocki caught fire in the final round, and he too was moving up the ladder towards Dawson Feldberg, but with his eyes clearly on Schustrick's top spot. Their return to the Northwestern air seems to fit David Feldberg and Nate Doss just fine as they push leader Will Schustrick to the limit heading into the home stretch. We'll be back with the exciting finals right after this.
I'm Will Schustrick, and thanks for watching the 2013 Beaver State Fling.
Disc golf, it's in the air. Join the excitement at PDGA.com.
The top 20 men's and women's pro beach volleyball players are coming to a town near you. To see when you can have a day at the beach with us, go to evptour.com. And don't forget to like us on Facebook.
You're watching the Beach Sports Network. For more information, find us on Facebook and Twitter.
And welcome back here to the beautiful Northwest as the Beaver State Fling Men's Finals is underway. As the action continues to unfold, Doss has a great opportunity to move even closer to the top. Here's Doss off the tee. And the low skip hits the pole and is now rolling back nearly 40 feet to the entrance of the green. And Doss will have some surprise waiting for him here on 13. Though much more difficult than he would hope, a made putt for Doss here would at worst tie him for the lead. With the reprieve that Schustrick got from Doss's unfortunate rollaway on 13, the leader regained his championship form with great drives like this. The wide open fairways at Milo McIver helped lessen the risk for errors as the final round moved on. Doss's approach here on hole 16 was pinpoint accurate, but he was running out of time to hail Schustrick. Neither Doss or Feldberg were out of the running yet, but Schustrick made a huge putt on hole 16 to keep his front-runner status. Though this slot seemed to deflate Feldberg somewhat, Doss kept his hard-charging ways alive throughout the entire round. If Doss was going to finally close the gap he had been narrowing throughout the second and third rounds, he was going to have to do it here on hole 17. Schustrick, however, was having none of it, as his steady drive, solid approach, and no doubt about it putt gave him the cushion he needed going into the relatively pedestrian hole 18 on his way to the championship.
I'm here with Will Schustreak, our 2013 Beaver State Fling winner. Congratulations, Will. I just want to go and I want to say Beach Sports Network might be your lucky charm. How do you feel about that?
I definitely got to feel good about it.
Well, on number 14, the longest hole in the course, you threw a roller, and to be honest, I thought that you weren't going to come back from that. It went into some spectators. Tell me how you kept your composure and went on to win the W.
I felt really out of it. I don't know if it was the sun, but I just couldn't make a putt inside the circle to save my life. I felt like I was fortunate to have a open shot to be in the landing zone, and I got far enough left in the landing zone to throw a roller towards the basket. I think it seems like the only way to get up and down for your four. So I was fortunate, which is always helps out.
Well, your card was definitely putting a lot of pressure on you. When you came up to 17, you made a great drive. What was going through your head then?
17, 18, I was just hoping to get up and down for pars on each hole. On 17, you just got to get around the corner and then kind of lay up to get your 3. And 18, just get down the middle. I think that's the first time I ever birdied the hole, and I didn't really need to birdie it. I was just hoping to get a 3, but it was good.
Well, this will definitely bump you up in the point standings, the National Tour Elite Series point standings. Tell me, who's pushing you really hard out on the tour?
Everybody. I know Ricky's won, I think, 3 NTs this year, and Paul McBeth the same. So everybody's out there to win every single weekend. There's not any time to take a break. You always got to get out there and practice as much as you can.
Well, it was a pleasure to watch you play. You played solid. You had a few bad shots, but your composure brought you back. Congratulations, Will Schustreak, on your Beaver State Fling 2013 win.
Thanks.
So Will Schustreak and Sarah Cunningham have a triumphant weekend here at Milo McIver and are crowned champions of this year's Beaver State Fling. This sets up for a compelling World Championships in Crown Point, Indiana, which is Disc Golf Planet's next stop on our broadcast schedule. On behalf of Rebecca Duffy and the entire Disc Golf Planet production team, I'm Crazy John Brooks, saying thanks for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next time right here on the Beach Sports Network.